Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wednesday night is Overbooked. Also at the same time, welcome to JV. Finn Balor is now captain. Wow, I just.
Oh my God, I was thinking the same thing.
Just, I'm just gonna say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Let a player play, because I'm just gonna say the only thing that would fold faster than me is the overnight shift at Old Navy. Just saying.
Jesus.
Nice. He's a young man. Let a young man have his fun.
Right.
And defending the young men, Duke Devil Bradley Burnett.
Evening all.
And lastly, and certainly last of the stream, I'm gonna be honest, dude. If you don't pick an intro next week, I will unleash the wrath of JV. I will release the wrath of JV on you because of this. Oh, that's the wrong one.
I sent you one. Like I put it in the chat last week.
I don't think you did.
Well,
I did. I put 3 in the chat last week. My top 3.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Right when you said, I typed all 3 of them out and put them in there.
All right, maybe that's my bad.
Okay. All right.
Maybe we'll see. That being said, we have a lot to talk about, and we're also going to say hi to the chat because the chat, you guys are the best. JV starts every stream with welcome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Smash the like button, share the stream, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe. That's true. Matt says, prepare for trouble, and let's make it a rumble. That's better than last time. I like that. That's pretty good. Ego says it's going down, y'all. Like your girlfriend.
Oh, I mean,
I'm kidding.
We can talk about that.
This is rough.
Hold on, I'm gonna buy some aloe on Amazon for Ego right now.
No, that's not. Eric Douglas says, I say this with all due respect. I'm done with Paige Soraya. I'm so done with that girl.
I haven't seen anything yet about AEW yet. So
I met her in person. She was very young. This was 2014-ish. She had a strong head on her shoulders in the negative way. Strong personality. That's a good way to put it. She seems to have revamped as she's gotten older. I mean, because that was like 12 years ago. It was a long time ago. But Matt says, I may be a bit cranky. I just watched the first episode of The Acolyte. I have to do that tomorrow for both of them. So,
well, there's no better way to fall asleep, guys. Let me tell you.
I also heard it was the gayest Star Wars ever.
Not yet.
That's
not yet. Third episode.
Okay. So speaking of
John, good evening, y'all.
Speaking of stuff that's horrible, Vince McMahon is kind of in the news, and I sent something over to Mr. Brad. So from what I have heard, the Department of Justice has stepped in and told Janelle Grant and her team to put her lawsuit on hold. Brad, do I have that kind of correct?
That is what I understand what has happened. I also started looking into it, and as I could tell, there was a grand jury of some sort last year, and a search warrant was executed on one of his properties.
Oof.
Okay.
Beyond that, we know nothing.
So basically, with the Janelle Grant thing, that's bad enough, and with himself and Laurinaitis coming in, if the Department of Justice comes in and tells you to halt your proceedings, is that really bad? Is that a really bad thing, Brad?
The last thing you really want in your life is the federal government proceeding with a criminal case against you. Not only
Okay.
first, here's the bottom line. You're basically not going to know shit till you're brought into court.
Oh, so Vince has no idea what is being
Nope.
to what they have.
Nope. This is why the worst thing you could ever have is federal charges against you. I have no involvement with criminal federal cases. That's not what I do. I have worked civil cases, which is a little bit different. But the rules in federal court for criminal cases very much favor the government. At this point, this is all speculation. Presumably, since the lawsuit filed by Janelle Grant related to sexual abuse, sexual trafficking, we can presume that the federal government is looking into that. We are aware that there were text messages back and forth since that was alleged and even put into the lawsuit itself. So more than likely, that was the basis for some of a search warrant. Clearly, records have been seized. What was seized from the property, no one's going to know. But let's just say we're looking at potential penalties for federal related sex trafficking charges. And again, I have a little, based on my own personal experience, having prosecuted sex crimes involving adults, involving children. The charge of sex trafficking is a very loaded statement, especially in the current environment. A lot of times prostitution could be analogized simply to sex trafficking. For instance,
Yes.
Locally, the pimp, having a prostitute could be sex trafficking, as opposed to more serious ones, which of course would be transporting minors across a federal boundary, specifically for illicit purposes. But the bottom line is, and this is, if I'm just going off what I'm seeing and reviewing a few things, potentially he could face up to 7. He could face up to 20 years. Now that again, that's maximum penalty. First-time offenders typically do not get a maximum penalty. That's relevant to another recent case that has been going on, of course.
Right.
But of course, the fact that it is a sex trafficking charge, just the highly charged nature of it, and the fact trying to get a jury impaneled for that is very difficult. I myself have tried capital sexual battery cases, which is sexual abuse against children under a certain age. And I've literally taken 2 days to pick a jury in those cases. So it is very difficult to get a panel, get a jury. And honestly, for the most part, from what I understand, they will not know what the evidence is against McMahon. If they actually bring charges and bring him to court, he will not see any of the evidence till like first court appearance.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's why you
So
do not want to have anything to do with federal crimes.
Would you be able to get? I was going to ask, would you be able to get like time to go to look over the charges though, if you're not going to get to see them until like you're in court that day?
You got to make some motions. I mean, you see, this is why federal defense is such a specialized field. And that's why those guys make some money, because you need to know the ins and outs. And I think, again, this is not my own personal experience, but I would imagine a lot of federal criminal defense attorneys are former federal, prosecutors themselves. So they know the ins and outs. And of course, they may hear things. They may have an idea what's coming up. They may hear a couple things. So I think that's probably the benefit of having someone skilled as a federal criminal defense attorney. And since Vince knows that he was searched under a federal warrant, he clearly has criminal defense already in line.
Yeah. So
I am sure he does. I am sure he does because he had what was it, late 80s, early 90s, he had the steroid trial, which he got acquitted from, and that was a federal case.
So it's not like, let me explain. It's not like they go from like, oh, we found this to automatically you're going to trial and it's already, you're going to be convicted. There are steps in between that are still adhered to by, the actual government. The difference is though, is that most of the time when local, state, and stuff like that, they arrest you, they find that they're going to charge you, you are presented with said charges almost immediately. The government doesn't work like that.
Nope.
It's at your first
The
hearing.
federal government.
The federal government doesn't work like that. It's at your first hearing. You're not being convicted of anything. It's like, this is our evidence. This is what we're presenting. And we'll see if it goes forward to actual charging in a criminal trial. So that's kind of where, and again, it's not a great look that his house was raided. But real quick, I want to skip to this because it's on topic, Matt. I won't skip the other one. You can't take anything the feds do with human moving of people seriously. Not a single one of a certain individuals' clients have been prosecuted. I don't disagree. The problem is, though, is that the federal government has state, they have prosecutors in states. So it's like, you have this federal prosecutor in Georgia or Florida or Colorado or California. Like it's not something that the federal government goes, we don't like any of this, so let's get that. It doesn't work that way.
You don't want to be wanted by the feds, and they're actually looking.
Yeah, you don't want to be wanted by the feds. Just don't.
No matter what jurisdiction you're in, you don't want federal prosecutor.
No.
All right. So Vince in more trouble, and not gonna lie, if there's ever a chance to drag Vince McMahon's name through the mud, my heart just is elated just a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's also not forget Vince is not a young man.
No,
he's late 70s now?
Yes.
Mid.
76?
Let's
ish. I'll say, let's say this. If he gets they go through the shenanigans, it's not going to go to trial for probably at least 12 months.
No, you're right.
He's 78.
Brad, you're right. 78.
Good.
Yep.
70s.
So, Brad, I would like to bounce this one off of you. So if it does go to trial, it's going to take probably a solid 9 to 12 months to actually make it to, if they decide to do a criminal trial.
More than that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I was on the low ball side.
Yeah, that's a fast track, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
a fast track.
18?
I think it'd be 18. I know that our state has started adopting federal standards for streamlining trials. The fast track currently for civil cases is 12 months. 18 months is a standard. Extended ends up being 24. So again, Florida's trying to adopt that just because it gives some uniformity. One of the advantages, of course, about federal court, at least from my perspective as a civil attorney, is things are very defined and everything. So you have to go by the timelines. The thing that's negative from a criminal defense attorney is, like Ryan was saying, it's like you don't know anything till you walk into court.
Yep.
And it's like, boom, there you go. And where you get placed on the docket, who knows? So also, it's not something you want.
Yeah, no, it's not. So, this is why these attorneys get paid such big money, because again, you have to be on your P's and Q's from the start. Doesn't matter if you think your client's a Deutsch bag or not. Like, regardless, you walk into court and they're like, here's the evidence presented, and you go, you did what now? Like, going, you don't get to do that. Like, going, you have to.
The other thing is, don't forget, when the criminal defense attorney is seeing that, I'm betting that criminal defense attorney at one point in his career was on the other side handing the box over
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So because
It's-
that's pretty much how you become a federal criminal defense attorney. You have some experience on that other side.
Yep.
Gotcha. All
Yeah.
right. So we got events, Clash in the courtroom, and we're going to transition to Clash at the Castle in a week and a half.
Oh, that's got to be 2 or 3 weeks from now, right? We just had a PLE, right?
A week and a half. And if we, I know, just so as I talked about in my video this morning, stories feel kind of rushed. There are some stories. There are some long stories going on. I have here. We pretty much got what I think is 4 confirmed the matches. If Vince McMahon keeps with his NXT takeover model for these B tier shows.
I think you mean Triple H.
Paul Levesque.
You said Vince.
Oh, sorry. Paul Levesque in his NXT takeover model. We're going to get 5 main card matches and probably a pre-show match, because since we're in Scotland, we have all the Scots on the roster potentially being on this show. So the first match that they announced was Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. Another confirmed match is Bailey versus Piper Niven, who was also Scottish. Just confirmed on Monday, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship, and that's a very interesting story there as well. I think we can all pretty much safely say that we're gonna get Cody and AJ Styles again, which we kind of thought initially that feud could have gone a few live events.
Mhm.
Well, we're gonna get it. We just had to make a stop in Saudi first to get kind of a quick little detour there. So that's 4 matches right now. I've got another. I think this is just me on the main card that we're gonna get. I think you have to have a Solo versus Kevin Owens singles match, the one on one. And I think on the pre-show, we're going to get the Power Buff Girls. That would be Bianca and Jade versus, you like that one? Versus the Scottish team of the Unholy Union. That is Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. There could be a lot of angry Scots at this after this premium live event, because I don't see any of them winning gold. The only one I do see, and it would be through shenanigans, is possibly Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I don't see Drew walking out, and Piper Niven is not going to beat Haley. No way.
Nope.
So I also, and we know. So, someone said that have a triple threat match between Ricochet, Ilya Dragunov, and Braun, which I wouldn't be upset with that match, but a triple threat for what? Just
exactly.
bragging rights.
There's no hometown connection either.
Yeah,
right.
It's literally right here. So, go ahead, dude.
Which again, we've got some stories here, but we've also got, and I will get into it right after this, because Ricochet's contract almost up. Chad Gable's ends Friday.
Better be signing some paperwork.
Well, so this is my thought on this, and I guess we can circle back to the matches. But as far as the contracts go, the Clash at the Castle is next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think, this is just my thought here, is they have a handshake extension going on right now, and they are just hammering out the details right now, because this is a match that, to be quite honest, Chad Gable has to win. Has to win. He has to come out on top. This is because why would you even work past your contract if they're not gonna put the belt on you? That's just my thought process.
I'd like to actually piggyback off of this because,
Okay.
again, Sami Zayn won the Intercontinental Championship, and it was a huge deal at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Big deal.
Mhm.
Big deal.
Mhm.
I and a lot of people have speculated the fact that this might be his final run, right?
Who, Sammy?
Sammy.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
He's on. Look, I don't
In
want
his
to say
40s, right?
I don't want to say he's on the
Sammy?
elderly side, but for wrestling, he's on the actual elderly side. I thought we had this conversation. I could have sworn we did.
I think we're
Th-
talking
this-
about someone else. I know we talked about this with Randy.
I
Randy,
think we
yes,
talked about
but not
with Sammy too, because
Sammy's almost 40. Sammy will be
Yeah, he's
40
almost
this July.
40
dude
he's
looks
gonna-
like he's
he-
48.
because of his beard.
It's the beard.
Because he's
No.
correct.
Look, can I say something
the
about
beard.
about the beating
Oh,
up
okay.
of wrestling? It's rough, dude. It's a hard life. It is ugly.
Okay.
You beat the snot out of your body. Your construction workers get beat up less than professional wrestlers. Just saying. That's my 2 cents.
And also
Okay.
look at the history of his wrestling. It's not like and maybe this is my understanding, compared to like New Japan and all that other stuff, WWE is kind of cushy in the sense of you're not as hardcore. And my understanding is Sammy's done like hardcore stuff, like maybe not, Mick Foley hardcore, but that's like why Mick Foley looked beat up as hell when he was in the WWE, because he was beat up as hell and he continued to do it.
Yeah, Mick
Okay.
Foley retired in his 30s.
Okay, and
I know that.
and also Chad is the same age too.
Okay. Real quick, maybe this is what I remember. Matt says Sammy has made some comments about his body giving him issues, which has led to people speculating about him wanting to retire. Okay. Sammy and Kevin Owens' bodies are like 10 years older than their age.
Yeah.
Possibly. I mean, again, I've never been to behind the curtain, so but I know that folks over a long career, their bodies fail on them a lot faster than mine would. So
Stone Cold Steve
just saying.
Austin, probably one of
Oh,
the
yeah,
most
that's true.
tragic in my opinions.
Well, he also didn't. Well, I'll say this. I think Owen Hart kind of accelerated that
Yeah,
process.
that is.
Yeah, Owen Hart. God bless it.
Botch.
That sucked.
Just a bad spot.
Just for the record, don't do this. Just don't come down from the damn rafters. You don't need to. Nobody cares.
Right.
Like, just don't.
So also another interesting contract that's coming up is someone that LeftEyeEgo is a fan of, and that would be Ricochet. Now, his contract is up this summer, and Ricochet is, if you've, as Ego has seen back in his Lucha days,
Yeah.
Ricochet is something rare, something very special. The Ricochet you're seeing on WWE TV is probably like 75% of what he can actually do.
Yes.
And now his contract has come up, and a certain talent from AEW, Will Ospreay, has been very vocal that he would love to have Ricochet come over and work and work now with him. Now, I'm going to give my thoughts on this. Would I want to see a Ricochet Will Ospreay match? Yes, every day and 3 times on Sunday. Yes, those two are absolutely amazing in the ring. However, if Ricochet goes to AEW, you've got multiple Ricochets on AEW. Ricochet is probably not going to get as high as he is already with the WWE. There is a ceiling. Now, and maybe Ricochet is fine with where he is. You know, he is getting a push. He's getting more TV time. He is the champion of a exclusive show only on X. And he met his fiance there, the gorgeous Samantha Irvin. I don't see Ricochet jumping ship to AEW. I can't say 100%, but I don't think he is going anywhere. That's just my take. Because if you notice, a lot of these contracts that are coming up, they were all 5-year contracts.
Contracts, yeah.
Mm.
Well, you know why, right? What happened 5 years ago?
Oh, that thing.
A new big time promotion came into play.
Oh,
AEW.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Samantha Irvin's the ring announcer, right?
yes.
Correct.
Yes.
He ain't leaving. He ain't leaving.
Now, I also watched that video Joker posted from that guy, and he was talking about some changes in the management structure and everything. And someone left, and that guy was like very much involved in signing contracts. So it's almost like it fell through the cracks.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because we still have, let's see, who else's contract comes up? Natty.
Sami Zayn is up at this year, at the end of this year too.
Yeah. Kevin Owens as well.
Yep.
So I don't I think Angel Garza, which I think of, if anyone is going to jump, Angel would. What's up with the Wookiee?
Fucking Wookiee.
Angel Garza.
Hail ladies.
Seven, dude.
Angel Garza is probably the most likely to a jump ship. That's just my thought.
Besides the money, though, because we know Tony Khan is just like, kid playing with his toys with his money. Based on what I've heard, kind of just tangentially, is AEW a place that someone actually wants to continue the wrestling career is going to go, or did it just be a money grab?
I think there's a little bit of both in that, because AEW has their hands in a lot of other promotions around the world, that you get a chance to work with someone from New Japan. You get a chance to work with the some of the Mexican companies. You get to work with a lot of other Ring of Honor folks. So you get a chance to basically pick and choose who you want to work with, and there's a lot of options. It is a much lighter schedule, and again, some folks, there is the money factor, and the lighter schedule are very enticing. So, some people, like I think Natty could. I don't think she will, because I think Natty enjoys more being on the training and the producing side now, because that's what her husband does. They have their own dungeon gym down in Florida now. So, and Natty's going to be, this is what in my opinion, what Natty's going to be known for more than her in-ring stuff is the development of talent. That's just me. Now, going back to the matches. So,
yes, indeed, feed the needy.
So we got Drew and Priest. I do not see. I give this match a coin. I'm like 60% sure that Damian Priest is walking out, because if someone we haven't seen in a while, the WWE universe keeps reminding Drew McIntyre that he is around, and that is CM Punk. I think CM Punk is going to reemerge in Scotland and is going to foil Drew McIntyre's plans to become the champion. That's just my thought. That's, if I was to book and go long term, as I talked about last week, that involves the money in the bank. That involves a whole lot of things. Piper Niven against Bayley. No, Piper Niven has no chance to win. That's not happening.
Well, hold on real quick. Let's do this match by match. I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre because, quite frankly, Damian Priest doesn't have the juice to carry a fucking acorn. He doesn't. I'm sorry. He's not that interesting. Nobody cares. And in my opinion, you need to have the star power to carry a world heavyweight championship. I don't dispute how he won it. I think that's great. I think that provides future star power of, like, I won through Money in the Bank, I lost it, and I'm coming back again. As he progresses in the, with fans, I'm picking Drew. Drew is a more solid name, but that's just my opinion too. Ego or Brad, what do you think?
Go ahead, Ego.
Randy, go ahead, man. Go for it. Oh, you want me to go first? All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't see how you have. There's technically 4 Scotsmen in this PLE, right? Mm-hmm. I don't see how you don't give one championship to any of them. If anything, I would say
it is possible. It's very possible.
If it comes to a CM Punk interference, then Drew doesn't win, and then that means the Power Buff Girls drop the strap. Because it's got, and then that'll probably set off its own feud. But I want Drew McIntyre over Damian Priest. Damian Priest sounds and looks boring to me. I forget him in a lineup. Drew McIntyre looks, I'm like, yo, I can see the guy holding a championship belt. And even then, if he does win and CM Punk does interfere, I want to see the build up towards him facing CM Punk for the title over Damian Priest. Like, Damian Priest just sounds boring to me. Yeah.
I think we also got to look face and heel, because honestly, Drew's kind of a floater right now. Really think about it.
Okay. Well, both of these guys are heels now, even though Damian is starting to turn face just by his interactions within the Judgment Day, but they're both technically heels. However, at this match, Drew McIntyre is going to be the face. Absolutely.
I mean, there'll be a riot if every Scots person loses. I was in Scotland last year. Do not piss these people off.
Yeah.
I before this week, I can't. God, this is a tough call because you have to look at Damian Priest also with the Judgment Day, and he doesn't seem to be involved, honestly, with the Judgment Day is not, because that goes to the other storyline, which is another topic we're talking about. Damian Priest is, like we said, it's a kind of a placeholder. I wonder how much of it depends on when Punk's coming back.
Okay, I think, and this is why I think Drew is not going to walk out the champion now. As I said before, Drew has lost 2 of his 3 title reigns via cash-ins. So the character of Drew McIntyre, and so the character of Drew McIntyre hates the money in the bank. Drew is also, his character of late has known to be somewhat of a hypocrite, which is why I say, because we still have to think about SummerSlam, because there's a championship match at SummerSlam already set against Gunther. So again, by the way I have booked, thought way ahead going into next year, that Drew loses at Clash at the Castle, enters Money in the Bank, wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then a month later pulls a Seth Rollins, jumps into the championship match a la Seth Rollins, pins Damian Priest, because then that protects Gunther. So Gunther doesn't have to take a loss. And then that sets up now the championship feud between McIntyre and Punk going into Survivor Series. That's how if I have the pen, that's how I book that whole thing out.
The other thing, of course, is the irony of Drew winning the title with the Money in the Bank
via cash in. Right.
Why he lost it.
Right. Ego thought?
That's not bad. I guess I just Survivor Series is when? Like in September?
Late
August?
November.
Survivor.
Survivor
I thought you
Series.
said SummerSlam. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's some long-term planning, I think. Yeah. How long is Punk out for rehabbing?
We have no idea yet, but you can pretty much guarantee it, because he said, if I have to jump out of the crowd or a bowl of haggis, I'll see you in Scotland.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it's
all
happening.
right.
He's interfering.
Okay.
Now I also see So now let's go with Bayley and Piper Niven. Again, this is a thrown together match, and Bayley, ever since she has won the title, she has no story. Absolutely none. No story whatsoever. She had a triple threat with Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. I do not, and yes, Piper Niven is Scottish. For a big girl, she moves around quite well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see them putting a belt on Piper Niven. I don't see it. I think she is going to be a mid-card tag team with Chelsea Green until they eventually think that has run out of steam. Bayley, I personally think, is a placeholder, is just keeping the belt warm until Tiffany Stratton cashes in. That's my thought of that. So, the Bayley and Piper, you guys' thoughts? Ego, start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see enough for her to win it. I mean, I guess the weird thing is that I know that Nia Jax won Queen of the Ring, which means she gets a championship
SummerSlam match.
Yep.
Right.
SummerSlam, correct.
Presumably Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems we're doing the same thing right now with Bayley going up against Piper Niven. So I'm trying to figure out what's the point. Like, I'd want to see Piper Niven versus Nia Jax or something like that, like a clash of the Titans of sorts. But I mean, if it's little girl versus big girl,
that would be a boring match. That would be a very boring match.
Man, okay, fine. We needs to be a big person like choreographer then to at least make it exciting, somewhat exciting. because I don't see it. I just see it being a repeat. If it's Bayley versus Piper, now it's Bayley versus Nia. I'm like, same thing.
Okay,
It's
okay,
boring to me.
okay. No, Piper has a much bigger skill set, has a much bigger arsenal than Nia Jax does. I'm just saying that right now.
Okay.
So Piper is probably about 40 pounds lighter than Nia Jax. And Nia Jax is listed at 240. Piper's listed just over is like 205. So
I know it's just still like small girl versus bigger, better.
Yeah, big monster.
I guess more agile.
Big monster.
Yeah, I'm just like
monster.
Okay, but I mean, okay, then she's gonna do it at SummerSlam. Okay, it's the same thing. Like you're feeding me back-to-back matches that. Okay, that's not. It's nothing that I'm excited to see at all. That's all I'm saying.
But the setup is after Bayley wins, after going against two monsters, she's going to be so beat up that Tiffany Stratton just parades on down, hands in that pink rhinestone briefcase, hits the moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Tiffany is your champion.
Is that how you want your queen to get her first title?
Yes.
Chicanery and deceit. Wow. Okay.
That is the entire purpose of Money in the Bank. It is by surprise.
Yep, it is,
and also builds character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we should get a clip that says, "Is this your king?" Okay, because I want to play it right there for that. Is this your king?
The question really is, how long do they let her hold the suitcase?
Right. That's it. So
that's going to be based on audience reaction.
Because I think after a month is the earliest. Because her character Stratton's is obnoxious to start with. You give her that accessory. Oh my God, she is going the heel heat she's going to get through that entire time is going to be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. But as far as this match here, the Bayley Piper Niven, as I've said, we've already ad nauseum. Piper Niven has, of all the Scott's matches, this is the one I could say with absolute certainty.
Yep.
That a Scott is not going to win.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is congratulations, you're born Scottish. You get a match.
Yeah, they're not going to curb Bayley on this one. She's a star right now, and nobody wants to see her get curbed at this point. So
too soon.
Okay, I will not debate that. I will not debate her stardom. I'm just saying she has no story right now.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Sure. But I'll tell you this. As somebody who was in NXT when Bayley was coming up, who was above me, she is such a good person. She's such a hard worker. She supports everybody. Right. They're not going to kneecap her on this one.
Right. And Paul loves her. Absolutely loves her.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Trust me. She's an awesome person. But that's not why we're here. It's not for awesome people.
And now we got the Intercontinental Championship match against Chad Gable. Again, this is the match that if you're not going to put the belt on Chad at this event, then why even have him there? This is a match that Chad has to win. And I think it's going to be great. And I would love to see, because if you watched the Monday night Raw, the fans in Hershey, when Otis stood face to face with Chad Gable, that pop was off the chart. They wanted Otis to clock Chad so badly. And I think some folks are saying that trying to make like Otis will turn on Chad the Monday before the event or the Monday after. You can have Chad win and have Otis turn on him right there. and by
Mhm.
giving a little homage to the past. Who remembers Ted DiBiase and Virgil? What would Ted DiBiase do every time he won a match and he had his $1 million belt? What would he have Virgil do?
Oh shoot, what did he have?
Present it.
He
Hold
would
it.
have him
Oh, put it on him.
That's
put it around
right.
his
Yeah.
waist. So Chad wins the belt, and he commands Otis, "Put it on me," as he's standing in his glorious pose. And Otis, because of shenanigans and cheating, Otis don't want to do it. And then Chad looks at him, slaps him around again. "Put it on me! Put it on me!" Poses again. Otis drops the belt and just cold cocks him. Fans will
Too early.
erupt.
Too
No,
early.
this story
I think
has been going on. It has almost reached its peak now. You've got to pull the trigger soon on this.
I don't think you pull it when he wins. I think you wait a couple more weeks.
Oh no, way too late. Way too in my opinion. In my opinion. Besides,
Because the reason that he's going to turn on him is now that means that Otis is going to challenge for the belt. So that's what I think they're heading towards. But I think it's going to be too early. So I think Otis is going to stick around because this week he didn't do the full turn. He still thought that Sammy was the bad dude for a bit there.
correct.
So
And
I think he's going to be a little bit more just with Chad and then give a couple weeks and realizing I was right to begin with. Chad is a douche and I got to turn on him.
Unless at the match, unless at the premium live event, because if you watch the backstage stuff, and again, watching WWE now, you've really got to pay attention because there's always something going on somewhere. Someone may say something. This all builds to something else. Who have we seen Chad talking to in the backstage area? Brutus and Julius Creed. There's his new stable right there, the Gable stable. He has even talked to Ivy Nile a couple times. When the Creeds come out and help Chad win, and Otis is looking dumbfounded, like, what? We're being replaced? Now, I'm just saying, it wouldn't shock me. And that rabid crowd in Scotland, they would, that pop, if Otis clocks him, would be great. Just saying, would not shock me.
All right.
Ego.
I do think Chad Gable would have to win this. Like I said, I probably just caught on to Gable. I caught on to Gable really late, but I never got to see the psychotic version of Kurt Angle. So he kind of reminds me of that version of him, and I actually like it. He's great on the mic, and he's got real heat with Otis. So I mean, I don't see how you have him lose, or what the benefit of him losing is.
Yeah.
You know, I would want him to win. I don't know how you go this late into your contract talks. Maybe it is a handshake. Hey, we'll pay you money up front for this before we do negotiations. I have no idea. It's just, to me, it's like the time for him to win would be now. This is probably the
what's up, Kai?
The best chance.
And Kai, yes. And this could also be Paul Levesque giving Chad like, okay, yeah, you got a shit run with a shit character named Shorty G.
Yeah, you got the short shaft.
Yeah, you did. Oh, that just was awful.
I agree with Gable going over.
Yeah,
but
Ryan,
I do
thoughts?
not agree yet with Otis.
Oh, Otis.
Okay. I think that pot's going to simmer a few more weeks before it actually boils.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
Ryan, thoughts?
in the same boat. Gable goes over, and it launches a long roller coaster of emotion between the superstars. That's what we want. That's
Okay,
what we
so
want. Is yep.
yes. Oh, I was just going to add to that, but
Hmm?
uh, what's your thought? Finished your thought.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that yes, Gable goes over, and Otis, who has been abused, he's been degraded, he's been torn down. Con- Look, I've seen him. He never mind. That being said, I don't think that he's going to turn after the win. No, he's gonna kind of again.
Okay.
He's gonna pump up like, and I give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Okay.
Brad said 3. I say 2.
That's fine. Now, the best thing about this match here, and I said this, and no disrespect to Sammy, but the story around the Intercontinental Championship has nothing to do with Sami Zayn.
It's
Nothing.
changed. It's changed.
True.
And this is because the reason we're getting this great, it's a very simple story, but it works, is because of the run that Gunther had with the Intercontinental Championship. You have raised the prestige of this title now to make it something that fans care about. So now you can tell these stories of like the DiBiase and Virgil, or Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Wyatt and Daniel Bryan's storylines. It's the same story, just told slightly differently, but it works because people want to see. And again, this was the Alpha Academy. Keep this in mind, the Alpha Academy. This was a mid-card comedic act for the WWE, and look at where it is now. Beautiful storytelling.
True.
The undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. Again, going back to Friday, which telling stories that have been told and have the tropes, because all we were missing on Friday was the salmon jacket from the Mark Henry.
We got the powder blue instead of the salmon.
Right. But it was the exact but it was the exact same story. However, the one thing I don't like about it though is it continues to make Cody Rhodes look like a goof. I mean, after the SmackDown, oh, I'm going to take your title, but not at WrestleMania, that whole debacle. And now this, Cody Rhodes looks like a goof. And I don't think that's effectively how you want to depict the champion, the face of your company.
Yeah.
That's just me.
He looks like a
again,
fraud. Not a goof, fraud.
The
Like
problem
it
is,
was like, oh, the one off because all the run-ins. I loved
so this
40. He looks like a fraud.
the problem is honestly, because I see these videos a lot now on like Instagram and Twitter, is Cody appealing to the kids. So
Yes.
Cody is
Okay.
doing the true face and he's putting smiles on kids' faces. But the problem is
that's a failure.
that's what I was gonna say. The problem is that's great that you're appealing to the kids, you're appealing to the 5-year-olds, but you got to appeal to all fans. You can do that and still appeal to all fans.
Now, so and we saw a little bit of of an angry Cody in Saudi. We kind of saw that.
Okay.
Cody needs to tap into that even more, because again, he's not the American dream. He's the American nightmare.
Nightmare. That's true.
That is something he needs to tap into. So those are the. So I think these are the confirmed matches. I personally, I think, just based on storytelling right now, we're going to get a Kevin Owens versus Solo match, because also Clash at the Castle is significant because a year ago is when Solo debuted, had his main roster debut. Could the Gorillas of Destiny jump in? Very possible. And again, this may be, again, who knows when he's going to show up. But since you had Solo appear last year, maybe have Jacob appear at this event. Again, who knows? But I think that this story, I think that the Bloodline story is too good, especially the work Paul Heyman has been doing, selling his cries now for help, has just been absolutely a masterclass in storytelling. I think you need to keep this story at least simmering, going on. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, do you guys foresee any shenanigans between the Bloodline and who's with Kevin Owens? Street Profits.
No.
I think that could turn. I think that could turn into a feud, but that's a SmackDown episode.
Okay.
Right
then I'll probably go with Solo then. I mean, give the Bloodline, some.
That's it. That is, I mean, I'm just saying because as of right now there are 4 confirmed matches. I'm looking at what could possibly be a 5th.
Oh, that'd be nice. I'm all right with that. If it was, I'd probably take Solo over Kevin Owens in that regard.
Okay, Brad,
do that.
I don't think Kevin Owens needs the win. I think they need to push a stronger, getting even stronger Bloodline.
Right, or this match is just to have a new face show up, a la Jacob,
possibly. And wipe out. Just add to the Bloodline story.
Mm-hmm. So that's one possible. A Sheamus, another go with Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. That would be fun on another Raw. That is not quite yet a premium live event match yet. It's a fun match and it's great for Raw. So keep that feud going on small screen. Wait until like a SummerSlam match. That's more of a SummerSlam match after it's had time to build. Just my thought. Anyone else?
Yeah. I was just gonna say that. No, so Sheamus, it needs to be. This makes more sense for SummerSlam, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that's brewing right now, in my opinion.
It needs time to cook.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry,
the problem is they're trying to microwave these storylines and instead of letting them come to a boil because they have all these PLEs.
Yeah.
Well, this is a very packed summer. Yes, that's just how it is.
And like we talked about last week, this has been in the books for a lot longer than Triple H has been creative.
Vince.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the other thing is I wouldn't want a match like that to get lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean? Like, I know it would be a good match, but I wouldn't want to have something really terrible. Then it's this, and it's another bad match. But I mean, I'd want to see this on another PLE, not this one.
I mean, the thing that I always take, and I always try to stress whenever we have our conversations here, is storyline, because I look at all this stuff as a role playing game. What is who's my RPG character? Who is the villain? How do we build to the next part of the quest until we reach the big bad battle? So we got quest, side quest, battle. So, and I never thought Vince really did that much, because Vince was more concerned about, look at this giant guy against this other giant guy. Vince is known for that, which is why Chad Gable got labeled Shorty G, even though the dude is legitimately accomplished. That's why Shawn Michaels had problems at the beginning, because Shawn Michaels
Bret
is not
Hart.
a big guy. Yeah.
And Bret Hart.
So I think now, I mean, probably next year at this time, we'll be looking at a totally different environment.
Yeah.
But I think,
No, agree.
I think Paul's just, I think, I think Triple H is just like, okay, I just got to get through this, which is just trying to put some shit together and keep the things he wants going. It's like, okay, I'm just going to pop that in the microwave because I can do these mashed potatoes in 2 minutes. But this pasta, I'm going to let it simmer. I'm going to let this sauce simmer right so it goes right, because I want that sauce. The sauce is what's going to make this dinner great. The potatoes, no one's going to give a shit about the potatoes. Potatoes are fine. You fill up on the potatoes, but the sauce is key. Let's brew that sauce.
So then this next possible match here, Gunther versus Randy Orton. Would I love to see a rematch of King of the Ring? Sign me up for that. I mean, I will take that match every day. That was a great match. Is it going? But my question is, why? Unless you're going to put that title shot back on the line, there's no need to have this match.
They should.
So,
with the shoulders, yeah.
Because it was contested even by WWE commentary staff, so it needs to be redone.
But you need to do it now. You need to put that out there now, because they haven't even addressed it at this point.
Yes, now.
Right.
Agreed.
Is Randy on Raw or SmackDown?
I don't know. Well, you've got 2 more SmackDowns and the 1 more Raw before the premium live event.
Gunther's on Raw, so Randy's got to be on Raw. So what has to happen is next Monday, Randy has to come out and say, that match was bullshit. Look at the videotape. My shoulders were up. Give me my rematch. I want it this Saturday. That's what he's got to do. That's the only way to make that work.
Very possible.
He's on SmackDown?
Randy's on SmackDown. Okay. Yeah. He's on SmackDown.
All right. Well, then you know what? He jumped ship. He jumped ship for the week. He goes, I want it now. I don't give a shit where I'm at.
Or just appears. And then you could have Adam Pearce saying, "You're whoa.
You don't belong here.
Do you know who I am? I'm Randy fucking Orton.
Yeah.
I go wherever I want."
Yeah.
Also, at the same time, please hold on real quick. Please bring back surprise appearances. Like, we want to see that as fans. We want to see superstars like going, oh my God, The Rock. Oh my God, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bring back surprise appearances. If you don't, it makes the fucking show mundane, and it's just like eating oatmeal. I'm so tired of eating oatmeal. Fuck you. It sucks. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, there's not even any cinnamon on the oatmeal. There's
nothing
on it. It's just plain oatmeal.
Add a little honey to it. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. That's Vince, by the way. It's Vince.
Now, this right here, this last possible match, again, I am sold on Ilya. I think Ilya is great. Ricochet is great. Braun Breaker is an abs. Now this is Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is an example of squash matches to set up something else. Braun Breaker is an absolute stud. He is a monster, absolute monster. And so you see, so you saw at first all these squash matches, just bang, 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 done. But Braun can go deeper water, as we now have seen. And if you've watched NXT, you know he can go deep. You know he can go deep water. When he just scaled the ropes like it was nothing, and hits a Frankensteiner, not a Hurricane Rana, a Frankensteiner, like his uncle did before the steroids.
Jesus, dude.
I'm just saying.
Allegedly.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
Tell me I'm
Okay.
wrong. No.
I've never heard of wrestlers doing steroids.
Let me
Never,
say
no.
this. He did the Brock Lesnar better than Brock Lesnar,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like watching that video of him like creeping through the crowd, and he's like, and everybody's like seeing him, and then all of a
He's
sudden
fast.
he's like,
He is
"Do-do-do-do-do,"
fast.
and he hops the fucking barricade, and he's in the ring, and a boom spear.
He's
That
a
was
lot more
beautiful.
developed than Braun was at the same time, I think.
Brock.
Brock, yeah.
I'm probably Brock.
That
Probably,
was fucking beautiful. That
And-
was literally, in my opinion, Brock Lesnar 4.0.
And his speed,
And-
there.
Braun Breaker's speed. Whoa.
He's
Whoa.
so fast.
Okay.
Did you see
He has
him
been-
pop that barricade? It was like it
He has
didn't
been-
exist.
He has been clocked. He has been clocked rope to rope, 23 miles an hour.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yet.
Yikes.
Yeah. So even just getting contact at that speed, you're going to feel that.
Yo.
He's fast. He is
Yeah.
very, very fast.
And
quite
he's
frankly-
huge.
And
Yeah.
he's huge.
Yeah.
He's a solid boy. I mean, he is definitely his father's son.
He looks dangerous with that speed
Mhm.
and his
Mhm.
physique. And it's like
And his
he's
character.
cut.
And,
Yeah.
and his character is just intensity, which again, you give me, I could watch, you give me that match. I could watch that match every day for a year. Never get bored with it. Never get bored with
Yeah. That's true.
that type of a match. But my problem is for this premium live event, why? It makes no sense to have it here. I would love to see it, but there's nothing to it.
I mean, maybe if he goes into the match and he starts kind of wrecking people, and the two of them gang up on him as one, and he ultimately gets over on the top. Maybe.
That's possible. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you put this match on this premium live event, this is the match of the entire event right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me say this. Old Stone Cold Steve Austin and old The Rock would be reeling against somebody this fast because they're fast, they're powerful. The Rock and Stone Cold, if they were individually wrestling him, they'd be outmatched. Seriously, I'm not
Wow.
joking.
Wow.
I'm being serious. Why are you looking at me like that?
Wow.
Just saying, he
Wow.
is so fast. I didn't buy into Brock Lesnar because he was way oversold. He was very talented.
Yeah.
And The Rock and Stone Cold both put him over like it was going out of style.
Right.
But Braun
Overpriced.
Breaker, he's like this. He's like a fireball.
He's 330.
something
How
else.
tall is he?
He's maybe
What,
6'2", I think.
6'6"?
I think it's like 6'2".
Yikes.
Yeah,
Man.
No.
Okay.
Because because Damian Priest is 6'5" and Braun is shorter than Priest.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's what, 6'2", 6'3", 330. Yikes, man.
So real quick.
Man.
Also remember, wrestling stands on the stats. The Rock
Right.
is not 6'5", he's 6'4".
That's
Stone Cold
6'4".
Steve Austin
No,
is
Now-
6 foot, not 6'2".
Now,
Do
the only
you
other
guys
match-
think that they? I was real quick, my bad. Do you think that they could extend this out to the next PLE?
Can
Can they keep this up with him attacking them like for the next 4 weeks? Is what I'm
I
kind of
could
trying to
see-
get at.
I see these three in the Money in the Bank ladder match
Okay, then that's where I want to see it. I like that idea better.
Because could you
I do
imagine
too.
those three just
Yep.
Braun? Okay, Braun
No.
Braun
You
Breaker,
got high spots from Rico.
a human wrecking ball in a ladder match. He is going to put folks through ladders.
It's like
But
shades
ladders through
of
ladders.
Batista and Kane and Money in the Bank ladder matches, which happened on many occasions. I want to see that. I really want to see that, to be honest.
I know it's probably been a while since y'all saw it, but whenever they did that thing where someone got slammed and the ring exploded or came apart,
The whole
if they
ring,
do
yeah.
that if he Frankenstein's or power bombs from like a ladder and the whole thing collapses, that I could see that happening.
That's actually not a thing. That's
okay.
actually legitimately a fail.
So what happened?
Okay.
So
The first time?
and plus, and those
All
things
the
are generally.
times.
Oh, really?
And those things are.
Yes.
And that was.
Yes.
And that's generally.
I thought it was a gimmick.
No, it's not a gimmick. Let JV say something, please, real quick.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. We didn't know.
And those type of spots, I mean, whether planned or not, is generally reserved for absolute monsters. Like, so that would be a match of like Mark Henry and the Big Show type of a spot. A Braun is not that big to warrant that type of a spot. I'm just saying. So yeah, so the only other possible match that I see, which again would be on the pre-show, because hey, you were born Scottish, is the Power Buff Girls versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Which shenanigans of all the matches, I'm probably the most confident that the Powerpuff Girls could lose the belts. If anything here, just by shenanigans, and it is in Scotland, and the Scots are probably not going to get the other two wins. They're going to want something. You're going to have to give a Scot a win somewhere. It just happens to be that they're all three for. It just happens to be that they're all three for titles.
What will happen to Jade?
Jade will fade into obscurity, and she'll be
probably. My idea. Okay, thank you.
Why would you do this? We're doing so well, guys. We're doing so well.
Because I could see, for the time being, over on Raw, that I could see a trade. I could see a trade happening for Bianca to come over to Raw, because Raw is in desperate need of a babyface to challenge Liv for the time being. Because right now, the obvious choice, Lyra, is in a mini feud with Unhinged, which is the best Io Sky. Unhinged Io Sky is fucking great. Absolutely awesome.
Io Sky.
And so that's going to be a little feud for a while. But frankly, the lack of depth on the Raw roster actually helps Liv's story out, because Liv's story right now is the destruction of the Judgment Day and the claiming of Dominic as her boy toy now. So right now, Liv doesn't need a challenger right now. So Lyra can just go through this little feud here until SummerSlam or the Money in the Bank or something. Because in her last backstage segment, Lyra did mention Liv in her very soft and quiet little voice. And when Becky returns, shut the fuck up. No one cares about Becky Lynch. So I'm so sick of her. I mean,
I think Seth cares about her.
I mean, Becky Lynch has done
Seth doesn't
wonders
either.
I know, but I just meant generally.
Just wait till he comes back in that mix.
It's like the maternity twins had kids.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, my knees. Oh my god, my uterus. Oh, we have kids.
So yeah, and I will say that Liv Morgan right now is the hottest story on WWE. Is it a compelling story? Not really, but it's a hot story because all the virgins out there who are like, oh my God, Liv is single now. Dominic Mysterio in real life, who was married to his high school sweetheart of 15 years, has a better chance of fucking Liv Morgan than any of you hentai watching cheese puffy eating crowd.
Wow.
Very
Wow.
specific.
Talk about
Yes,
some incel
very
hate. Holy crap. That's the purpose of this, though. That's the purpose of this.
Wait, hold on real quick. Did JV get a job at CNN? What are you talking about, incels? Like, what the hell happened?
No.
I'm just saying, if you got a job at CNN, bro, let me know the hours. We'll try to get you back on. I'm joking. All right,
Good.
that being said, fucking ego's crying. It was not. All right, so I lost my train of thought. So, Brad, bring us back to fucking. You're the smartest. You're a lawyer. He's like,
That's
really
questionable. I'm a lawyer. Why did I do that?
So, Brad, do you by chance have because my little video now today. Who has the best current story in the current landscape? In my opinion, the Paul Heyman has the best story on SmackDown right now. On Raw, when it gets kicked back into gear, the best story is the feud between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, which I find
when it gets kicked back into gear. So right now, honestly, I'm going to go with the Gable Academy.
Okay, great story. Yes,
although only because I get what they're doing with the Judgment Day, but it feels kind of old.
Okay.
I know it's been done before. I just don't remember who did it before. The Vixen coming in to steal the young, wide-eyed, member from the stable, and then, as you say, Finn Balor, Captain Cockblock. I was rewatching the clips. I'm like, dude's cockblocking Dominic. Let him get some lip. Come on, man.
Right. Come on now. All right. Ego.
A storyline.
Who has the best story?
Storyline only.
Okay. I mean, it's Gable. I like that's going. I think Liv is a little bit hard because it's like, well, I know that. Goodness gracious, it's kind of like Dominic by way of the Judgment Day, but it's like it's not a direct female foe that I can name. It's I'd rather have something could turn into a match based on the storyline. I like that. So based on that, I kind of want to go with Chad Gable. It's more riding on to me, and I want to see him get a push.
Oh yeah, Ryan. Overall, best story, current landscape.
I'm going to say the same thing because, quite frankly, nobody expected all of that tongue. Like, seriously, we saw all of that.
40 million views in less than 24 hours.
I know. I'm just saying. Like, it was all of a sudden, it's like,
right. So, as I said, it's the hot story. It's the hot
story. That is good storyline because, quite frankly, it appeals to the reality TV and all of us, which
Jerry
is
Springer.
Which is what the Attitude Era tapped into. The Jerry Springer, the reality TV before there was reality TV. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with.
All right. So, do you want to do a quiz?
We can do a quiz.
Matt, jump on in. That's the cue, Matt.
He has the link.
Again.
I got
okay. I already said it. I'm the way ahead of you, man. So now, Matt actually had a really good idea on how to do your answers. So Ryan doesn't have to. So Ryan doesn't have to turn on the background.
I got my pen and pad ready. See.
Okay, so
let's go.
Here is the thought. Okay.
Yes.
In your head. Okay, you guys, you have your headlines, right?
Oh.
Yes. Type. So all you do is you type in your answer, say lock, and then
Wait for the reveal.
Ew.
yes. And
That's
then
a good idea.
Okay, so you use the headline.
I'm
Again,
still gonna write.
okay. Competing for the Wednesday night is Overbooked Championship.
That was my birthday, and I'm high on pain meds, so
Oh, yeah.
We have a chance.
Don't
We have a
hey,
chance.
stop bragging about your advantage, man.
Okay,
ain't no advantage.
so the topic is name the superstar by their finisher. All
God.
eras, all eras,
Oh God.
and I will let you know the men's side is a lot easier than the women's side.
Yeah, too. All right.
So we're going to start on the men's side. And the first one, Zigzag.
Jesus.
Hold on.
Lock.
It's hold on.
Lock.
It's on my display name. So yeah.
Lock.
But
Going to
I'll
play
flip
name?
one ready.
lock.
Ego, you ready?
Lock. Yeah, do you type it in the
Okay.
display or the headline?
Your headline. Or whatever
Okay, got it.
whatever the white part is.
Gotcha. Lock.
Okay. Let's see
My
it.
turn.
Yep, let's see it. Ziggler.
Oh, yeah.
I
Ziggler.
put it the other way
Go
around.
ahead.
And
Go ahead.
Ego said Braun Strowman.
I just-
You would be Ego. You are wrong. Everyone else got a point.
Hey, Dolph just joined us.
Yeah, and
I wondered where he was.
that's even funnier though. By the way, all right, I'm swapping
Right.
them. Hold on, shit.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
That was sick.
For the women, the first one, the Widow's Peak.
No, it's not Scarlett Johansson.
Son of a bitch.
This is an old one. Oh, what's her name? What's her fucking name?
This feels old. You're right, dude. It feels
Oh
old.
no.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
about to fight. About to fight. Here.
Oh,
Hold on.
goodness.
This is one. If it's the one I'm thinking of, there's a character in one of my favorite horror movies, same name. So let's see.
This is wrong.
No, mine's wrong too. Lock.
I feel like it's old,
Lock.
and I know it's going to be wrong, but
Say when.
Damn it. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm lost.
What the hell is her
Jesus.
name? It's something. I'll
It's
just put
ridiculous.
this. Hold on.
We
I'll
locked?
just put- No, not yet.
Okay.
Oh, I just got.
gotta
Hold on.
Google. Hold on.
No, I'm not. You can literally see me at the.
I know.
All right.
Fucking
dick.
Brad is locked.
Thinking of-
Ego's
All right,
locked.
locked.
Matt's
Locked.
Locked in. Let's see it. Stratus, no. Sable, no. Beth Phoenix, no. Victoria is correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good Lord.
Because
that was
there's-
hard.
There's a
I
character
barely
in the
remember
Commonwealth
Victoria.
Doctor Five named Volnavia, and that's how I remember.
Mhm.
And Victoria was Five's wife as well, if I remember. So that's how I remember.
Sir,
that.
you're cheating. Quite frankly, we think you're all
I know.
cheating.
We
Hey.
want some payments too, man.
You don't
okay?
Well, it is pro
Yeah.
wrestling, so you're supposed to cheat in some capacity, right?
The next is from the men's side, the Razor's Edge.
Oh,
Cool. I'll take it. Thank you. Whew.
Locked.
Again, told you this, the men's side was easy.
Yo.
Besides my poor spelling,
Well,
Locked.
Okay, so
I'm
I guess-
locked.
everyone's locked in.
I got
Yeah.
I got
Locked in.
dyslexic on a letter.
Okay, and let's see it. The bad guy, Razor Ramon. Hey yo, that's correct.
Ayo, Chico.
Ego,
Would you have
Ego,
accepted
you're on
Scott
the
Hall?
board.
Huh?
Does anyone
Yes.
Yes,
remember
I
he
would
had
have
changed the
accepted
name of
Scott
it when
Hall.
he was in WCW because Vince owned the Razor Ramon gimmick?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why he had the fake razor and the fake diesel.
No, but do you remember
Right.
the name of the move? Did you have to change the name of the move too?
Oh,
I'm not sure. I am not sure.
It's still the Razor's Edge, from what I remember.
It was the Razor's Edge, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't do it as often though, man.
The second one, the next, the Black Widow.
again, Scarlett Johansson.
No,
I get that.
Wait, you have an image. Oh.
I think this
So,
is
wait.
so wrong.
So the move, that's the move, not the. I'm
This is
walking
the
on a
finisher
wrestle
from a
with
female.
correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
Female
I'm
finishing
I'm
move,
gonna get in trouble
Black
for this.
Widow.
This is good God.
I know the move. I know the real name of the move too. I just don't know who does it. It's
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
can't
I'll give you a
remember the
hint.
mainstream.
I'll give you a hint. It's a submission hold.
Yeah, the real name, the full name is the Octopus.
Right. Correct.
This guy.
Dude,
What the fuck?
what's up? You brought in the
This is
ringer,
ridiculous.
Jesus.
I don't remember the name.
No.
I don't remember the name of the mainstream person who does it though. I know. I was watching a luchadoress who did it a few weeks ago, but it's not her.
Oh my God.
Who is that?
This is
Just when you watch too much wrestling and so many people do the move, you can't remember which one. It's like,
Yeah, honestly, and it's gonna sound terrible, but like women did not get as much prominence as they have now compared to where they were in the day.
Yeah.
So if it's an older era woman, you're not going to recognize this as much.
not at all. Unfortunately, I'm locked, but whatever.
I think
I'm gonna lock on my bad
look,
answer.
I'm
I
already
got
locked
nothing.
in, so
I got
let's just
nothing.
do this.
Anyway.
I don't remember.
Matt,
I don't
Matt,
remember it. Put me out. No.
Okay.
I'm
Matt is out. The
Yeah.
rest of you guys, let's see it. Awesome Kong, no. Mickey James,
no,
no.
it's not Awesome Kong.
Charmel, no. The correct answer is AJ Lee.
Yeah, damn it.
Whoa.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
Wow.
She's really
She
hot,
has
too,
the
by way.
spider.
Yeah.
We all feel it.
Spider on her.
We are not men of culture.
Okay, the next one. Again, easy. On the men's side, diving cutter.
Yeah.
Well, is that the trick question?
No, not a trick
No, it's
question.
not. God, the dudes in wrestling suck.
Okay, so I'm assuming Brad's locked, Ryan's locked,
I'm locked.
Yeah.
Ego, you're locked.
Yeah.
Everyone's locked. Let's see it. DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. Feel the
Bang. That's correct.
Even though it's the same thing as the RKO, as every 16
Yep.
other variations on that move. The Cody Cutter.
correct.
The
Yeah.
AJ.
Mhm.
What does AJ call his? Anyway,
All
I
right.
watched AEW
We are
last
half-
week, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
3 different wrestlers used the same move, that thing, with different names. And I was like, what the
Right.
You know.
Right. Okay, halfway through. Representing the chat, Matt has 4. Brad and Ryan have 3. Ego's on the board now with 2. The next one from the women's side, the Glam Slam.
Oh, okay.
I know. What was her full name? I know her nickname.
I'm locked.
What's her full name? Damn it.
Oh, look.
Lock.
Locked. Locked. Ego, you ready?
Hold it up. Put it out.
You're locked. I can bring it up.
Ego, you
Yeah, but
ready?
you might see through your.
I'm out. I'm out. Take me
All
out
right.
of this one. I'm out.
Let's see it.
That's it.
Let's see it.
I can't remember her last name. What's her last
The Glamazon, Beth Phoenix is correct.
Wow.
Now, she was a fake girlfriend to Edge and Christian, right?
No, she was a fake.
No.
She was a fake girlfriend to Santino Morella.
That's right.
Okay.
Whose daughter is in NXT.
That's true.
Who's?
Santino
That's-
Morales.
Santino.
His daughter.
Oh,
Oh.
Santino. Sorry.
Yeah,
Now-
because like we're talking about Beth Phoenix, so like her kids are like 10.
Right, exactly.
John Cena.
Okay, the next one. From the men's side, the shake, rattle, and roll.
Oh my God,
Oh,
one of my
that's his
favorites.
finisher? Huh. Okay.
Now,
Um,
tell me when you want to give that. If you want to give them a cool joke, because I got one.
Blocked.
locked.
Lock. Okay.
Locked.
Let's see it. Road Dog, no. Road Dog, Jesse James, no. The correct answer is the Honky Tonk Man.
Huh.
In my opinion, the
Oh.
real
It was a-
greatest intercontinental champion of all time.
Swinging neck.
I love
It was a swinging neck. It was a swinging neck breaker. That was his move.
I
That
love the
sucks.
Honky Tonk Man.
The move sucked too.
Yeah, it did.
It was so.
Okay. The next one from the women's side, the Faith Breaker.
Oh,
He's
Now I'm just thinking about Alicia Dushku for some reason.
speaking of, yeah, I know the same thing.
what?
Oh, I'm not gonna remember her name. Okay, I want to put it this way. I don't remember her name. I'm locked in.
I'm locked
Okay.
in, but I don't think it's right.
I
have
honestly
no
got I
idea.
got nothing.
I got nothing.
I'm locked in, but I don't remember her actual name. I remember who she. I know she is.
Okay.
Go.
Let's see it. Ivory, no. Undertaker's wife, Michelle McCool, is correct.
What? Wow.
I was watching
Michelle
a interview with the Undertaker about her, about how they met. Pretty interesting. He broke.
God damn it!
He broke all
And
all kayfabe to save
and
her
her-
life behind the ring. Oh, and I'm sorry.
and her move is basically a Styles Clash. That's all it is.
Okay.
So, for the final of the men's side, again, this is an easy one. The Claymore.
Oh, and I hate this move.
Oh yeah.
You got it.
I'm locked in.
Yeah. No, it's. The fuck do you spell his name?
I have no doubt. I kind of guessed it, man.
You can get part of it.
I'll put this. Y'all
And
know who
one,
I'm
two,
talking
three.
about.
We're gonna know
Let's
who
see.
you mean.
Yep. Okay. Matt.
Oh wait,
who
Drew,
you got?
I'm
Drew
locked in.
MC's his rapper name.
I'm locked in. Just waiting to turn it up.
Okay.
His rapper
Let's
name.
see it. Drew McIntyre is correct.
His rapper
Everyone gets a
name.
point.
Big Daddy
Now-
Drew.
Big Daddy Drew.
I'll give. Yeah.
DM Hunk.
His rap group is Run Drew MC.
Oh,
Right.
Nice.
Damn,
Hey,
Matt,
wow.
you are good at this, dude.
stop that, dude. Seriously, share the
That's not-
painkillers.
So here we
Exactly.
go.
We want the professional advantage, man.
for the last one
Oh God.
from the women's side, the French kiss.
What?
Oh, I know that one.
Oh.
She.
Lock.
Lock.
I'm not gonna remember. I know. I got a letter, and that's. I know. I'm not gonna get the whole name. I have one letter of her name. If it's the person.
This is toss up for me. I have
In
no
my
idea.
head, I'm thinking of the chick from AEW who's Tiny Tone Storm's about like that's protege. So I know it's
The
not her.
Mariah May.
Yeah, that's what's locking in my head with this person's name. I'm locked in. I'm locked in on the letter, so I'm gonna be wrong. So
Okay, so let's see it.
all I can think of is
Okay.
Mariah May, and I know it's not her.
Good. And that is not correct. but these two got it right. It is
Yeah.
Maurice.
Yep.
Yeah, she was. She's so fucking
So-
hot. She was a little naked too, previously in Playboy. Just for the record,
No, she wasn't.
nobody wants to know.
No, she wasn't.
She really was.
She was not in a show Playboy. She's
If,
there.
I mean,
There was 7.
Have you
It was
seen-
7? The hell 7?
7 total. 7 WWE superstars that posed for Playboy. The Maurice was not the one of them.
She was a model
I'm
beforehand. I'll
curious.
put it in the chat. Trust me. Just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting you.
Okay, this is what I
So-
see. I just
Our updated totals. The chat at 34. Brad, 30. Ryan,
man.
20. Ego, 16.
And the number of wrestlers who use the diamond cutter as the finisher, 402.
Right.
That's true.
So now, for the final quiz next week,
Oh no.
name the tag team by their finishing.
Ooh.
ooh.
Oh, that's
I
a
will
good
give you-
one.
Again, all eras. I'm gonna let you know. The first 3 are very easy. The last 2, not so much. The middle 5,
So I got asked.
So
Yeah.
5, 7, 10. Okay.
10 total.
I got to ask though. So these tag teams, when Vince was there and they would go to WWE, he would make them change the names of everything. So you're going to go to
Yeah.
WWE names.
WWE names.
Okay, primary
Thank
WWE
you.
names for the ones
Yeah.
who went there. Okay.
Right. All right. So hey, that's it, guys.
Also, shout out to the
Great.
fact that Matt was here and he's
Yes.
kind of supporting the chat in this
Yes.
game, and he's winning.
The chat. This Moondog Matt to the chat.
Yeah, that's right. Moondog Matt for the chat. The belt is on your waist, dude. I don't know if you YouTube or anything like that.
Oh no. If the chat wins, it stays with me.
What?
Oh wow,
Hold up. Wait, what happened?
that's not fair.
Honestly, I thought it was just going to be
Don't be like the
virtual. I
chat's
thought it would be like
manager, you know.
I thought it was going to be virtual. I thought like it'd be put on our title or something.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do that.
it's something that it could be a border for all of us.
Mhm.
You know, for the champion. I'll figure it out. So, Matt, do you YouTube or
Yes, I
stream
do.
or anything
Oh,
like that? What you
Oh,
got
yeah.
coming up, man? Seriously.
Well, my chat's unbearable 73. So what I'm coming up, I'll be on. I got 2
With me
streams
tomorrow
tomorrow.
night.
Well, the Roman stream is the main one, 8 o'clock. But will be talk about Broccoli. Oh God, I can't even say it.
I haven't watched it yet.
I was forced choking myself to stop it.
Right.
Before that, well, I'll be recording. I think it'll go up on the weekend. I do, there's a spin-off of the White Cloaks, if you know what that is, called The Questioners. We talk about Tolkien and stuff like that. So I'll be streaming that for the weekend. My own live stream is Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock. It's a little 1 hour, hour and a half thing I do with Jacob Ironside and maybe other guests if they eventually come on. It's like a afternoon drive. I talk about like fandom stuff, hobbies and all that, also some war-related stuff like Masters of the Air, or I just did my review of all the Shogun episodes. I finished those. What I got up right now is my recent videos would be a review of the 1953 Horatio Hornblower movie. That was the last movie I reviewed. And then I'm reviewing the Sharp TV series, and I'll be starting the Horatio Hornblower TV series from the 90s. And then I do either our fandom stuff. Before the big wrestling pay-per-views, I usually do a little video saying what my predictions are or whatever, What else? Oh, Jacob Ironside, you know who he is. I'm a guest on his channel when we talk about old movies, basically. We just did a show about the greatest spaghetti western of all time, Il Gran Silencio, The Great Silence. It's a great movie if you haven't seen it yet. If you get the original version, not the stupid American version, watch it. But that's the type of stuff I do, and that's what I've been doing.
Very
Awesome,
cool.
man. Appreciate that. And of course, the man who just can't win because of his left-legged girlfriend who just stumbles around. LeftEyeEgo.
That was actually a good one, man. Hey guys, I'm still working on getting the videos edited that we did from Comic Palooza a few weeks ago. I'm still messing with the audio, trying to get that stuff fixed. But as soon as I got that up, I'll have it set up. But this past Sunday, the wife here and I had our Ordinary Games episode. It's actually a pretty good one, so you guys check that out on LeftEyeEgo on all platforms, especially YouTube.
Awesome, man.
Very cool.
Wade, what is up, buddy? Ryan
What's up,
Versino.
Wade?
Yeah. By a landslide. I've met John Cena. He's a lot shorter than me. Speaking of a lot shorter than me, Bradley Burnett, Duke Devil.
That is quite accurate. Yeah, my name is Brad Burnett. My channel is Duke Devil 95, and as it says there, I'm a watcher of bad science fiction.
There you are.
That's all they put out right now, and I'm a masochist. Last night, I actually happened to watch The Acolyte, and I reviewed it, and it's up there. It's not getting any reviews, suspiciously. I also watched Doctor Who. It's also not getting any views,
That's because
suspiciously.
Doctor Who was canceled 7 years ago.
YouTube, you suck.
Yeah, literally in the last week. It's interesting. I actually have a Star Trek Discovery final episode ever to finish off. Otherwise, I will be on Static 2020's the weekend pregame tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific. I may show up on Fractured Filter's Stargate Watch, which is usually after 8 p.m. on Saturdays Eastern Time. And I will probably have another Doctor Who video coming up over the weekend. Because, again, I love torturing myself. I'm a lawyer.
Absolutely. And lastly, and certainly not least, no, dude.
You next. You next.
Oh, me next? Oh,
Yes.
Well, we're gonna do Friday nights. Maybe. There's some family issues going on. Hunting Hitler on Sunday, and then of course we have to do
Monday.
House of
Monday.
the Dragon, the season finale this coming Monday, because quite frankly, after the fact is the new season.
Right back into it.
Oh,
Season
wow.
2.
Right back into season 2.
God, I
That's
timed
right.
that good. I
'Cause
timed that well.
You did. You were the one who was on the timeline. So without any delay, Mr. JV.
That's right. That's right. Talking time. We got the timeline set for House of the Dragon, which will be on Mondays. We'll be discussing season finale, episode 10. Ready to jump right into season 2 the following week. You can check out this guy and I tomorrow night on with Roman of the Empire for what will be our 7-week therapy session and gripe fest over the Acolyte. Friday, you might see me with the Rogues Gallery hosted by Iron Oxide, but definitely right back here for our prediction for Clash at the Castle for Wednesday night is Overbooked, and the final quiz to determine who will be the inaugural Wednesday night is Overbooked champion. Until then, we're operating on Tiffy time, and we're going to end with one word, that beautiful word, and that is Toodles.
If you smile, the line is cut. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Miami, Florida, weighing 275 pounds, the People's Champion,